So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move. So you just bought your dream. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, EJA Moving. Let the professionals at EJA
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica. That's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome or visit us online at NyeVWofRome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
Hey there, everybody. What's going on? What is good today? I know what you guys are going to be saying right off the bat. You're going to be saying, what in the hell is that dude wearing? Well, let me explain. Today on All Pucked Up, it's our second annual Halloween show. We do like a Halloween awards show, and so today I'm dressed up as a hot dog. It's foolish. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. I think I was trying to pay homage to Mr. Phil Kessel, but we'll get into that in a little while. I'm Rich Masucci, of course, and I got to say, All Pucked Up brought to you by MyGarageBar.com and Disruption Network. Thanks to those guys for keeping the show alive and for putting us on the air. Always appreciate that. And for giving us some hot dogs. Good stuff. Let me introduce you to my co-hosts here today, because we've got some VIPs, some very important people in the studio with us today. And first I'm going to introduce our Mr. Consistency, Mr. Regular himself, Mr. Scott Kinville. Where is your Halloween costume, sir?
You know what? There's no way I could ever top that. So, paled by comparison, I backed out. There's no way.
Listen, it was between this and I can't tell you what the other one is, because I'm going to be wearing that tomorrow night for our 3 and Out Halloween show.
Are they at least going to have a warning? Because we got no warning on this. So I got to try to keep a straight face, and so does Yoshi when we're looking at you the whole hour. So.
Yeah, I just really enjoy wearing this. I go home, I wear this. It's all very quick and believable.
Formal wear.
Wait till you see what I'm wearing tomorrow. It's going to be.
Boy.
Oh, and it's great too, because we little plug for tomorrow's show. We have literally about like 7 or 8 people coming in with us tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And for no other reason than I think they're just going to drink while we.
So it's
going to be a real party.
You're going to have a whole pack of hot dogs.
We're going to have a whole pack of hot dogs. Hey, actually, I can put one of those guys in this hot dog. Let's say if I'm buying the beer, you could dress up in this ridiculous thing.
Well, there you go.
Yoshi.
Back from the dead.
Wow. Back from the dead again, man. And it is so good to have you.
Hey, thanks.
You were on season 1 of All Pucked Up.
Yes, I was.
And then had to sit out season 2.
Yep.
And people wondered, they said, where is that guy? Is he ever coming back? Look at this guy.
I'm back.
He's the literal Lazarus of All Pucked Up. He's back from the dead. This is great. And what have you been up to, man? What have you been doing with yourself?
Just kind of working and being with my family.
Right
got a new project started with a couple local musicians, so I've been working on that too.
Excellent. Yeah. And like going back in time here in our little, with our DeLorean, our flux capacitor and everything else, you were playing with Mason's Revolt for a little while, local band around here.
Yep.
And I think they're on like a little hiatus kind of thing.
Yeah, we're kind of on a extended hiatus.
Extended, okay.
Yeah.
And also Autumn Fire.
Yep.
And those were great bands, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Great bands. Some of the best music I think that came out of this area.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks.
funny as I'm looking, I'm telling you this like very serious stuff. I'm looking at myself in the monitor, and I'm like, I'm a hot dog.
Yeah,
How serious can a hot dog
I can't take you seriously right now. This is going to be a difficult first episode back for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, listen. No, in all seriousness, I love the music from Autumn Fire and Mason's Revolt.
Thank you.
Remind me, and I will try to put a plug on there so people can tune it or can visit the Facebook pages.
Yeah,
that's what all you crazy kids do these days, right?
Yeah, and I mean all the music's available on all the electronic outlets too. So if anybody wanted to pick any of it up, it's available.
Excellent. We'll plug that and of course any new projects, please let us know.
Oh, absolutely.
We would love to put that out there.
You know, Rich, you ought to start a band, be the lead singer, and wear that hot dog costume at every performance.
I'm thinking about
It'd be awesome.
Actually, one of my favorite recent I don't even know if they're signed. Maybe they're like an underground band, but what are they? They like they dress like Ronald McDonald. I think they're called is it Max Sabbath or something like that?
Max Sabbath, I think it is.
Yeah, they're great, man. They dress up like Ronald McDonald and the Grimace and all them other guys from McDonald's, and they play Black Sabbath songs.
Is that like the McDonald's version of Guar?
Pretty much.
They're all McDonald's themed, aren't they? Didn't they change the lyrics to the songs to be?
They might have.
McDonald's related.
Before I get going, because as I look at it, just looks like I'm wearing like a crash helmet or something. But look, it's a real hot dog thing going on here. Yeah. Isn't that groovy? Oh boy. As my grandmother would say, isn't that nifty? So
Scooby-Doo, eat your heart out.
I also would like to say that I did get the memo about the Halloween costume, and I do have the scariest thing I could thought of I could wear.
The Ottawa Senators jersey.
Yeah.
Now, where did you get that?
I got it. I bought it a couple years ago when Ottawa did a humongous fire sale after they traded Carlson.
Yeah.
And they were selling all their jerseys and stuff. They were doing like an auction thing, and the money was supposed to go to a good cause. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll pick up one. And the player that's on this jersey it's Patrick Wierkosh, who played for the Comets for a little while.
Right.
So I bought the jersey, and I was gonna I'll bring it to a game, and I'll have Wierkosh sign it. It'll be great. And then I bought the jersey, and Wierkosh went and signed in the KHL. So
you don't want to go over there and have him sign?
I wasn't gonna go to Russia to have him sign it, but.
It's like
I paid $75 American for this jersey, game worn jersey.
Oh, that's great, guys! I had a really cool thing I got to tell you about before we get started here, and that's this guy, this serious guy here. I had a chance to work the Utica Comets game last week, and work in the spotlight booth. They call me up every now and then.
Right.
Apparently, I have some qualities, some work skills that they still hire me for. But it was great. That was the game they played Rochester.
Oh, no way.
And they shellacked them.
Yeah.
Absolutely shellacked them. And then the other night they beat up on I can't not beat up, but they went to a shootout, I believe.
In Hershey.
Yeah,
against Hershey.
Yeah.
And we were just saying, I didn't even realize that Matt Molson is now on the Hershey Bears.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But that's the talent that you go see some of those.
Spent last year in Ontario, and now he's with the Bears.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. And Juice is on that team too. We were saying that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. But the Comets now 7-0.
7-0.
Wow,
Boys are on a roll.
Wow, who knew? Good stuff. Okay, so let me explain a little bit of what we do here on our annual awards show. We go through and we pick players and teams, and we give them awards for different things. They're all very spooky Halloween sounding awards. Like we're going to be handing out today the Ghost Award. We're going to be handing out the Goblin Award, and I'll explain as we go along what each of these awards are actually for. Scott, I got to give you are the brainchild behind all of these awards.
Well, I don't know about brainchild. I don't know if that exists around here, but
Yeah, you're the creator.
We're going to have to come up with an award for you for that costume. I just can't get by that.
The idiot award? Jackass award? Oh, God. Well, so what we'll do is, since there's only two of us, or two of you guys, what I'll do is I'll give you both a chance to hand out your awards, and we'll go about it that way. The first award that we're going to be giving out today is one we call our Trick Award. The Trick. Coming soon, the treat. But the Trick Award is one that we give out to...
You better clarify that because...
I know. The Trick is somebody we find outside. The Trick Award is one that we give out to a player in the NHL that you thought was going to be good this year, and but he ended up being scary bad. Yeah, scary bad. Yeah, very frightening for the Halloween theme. But that's the key word in there is you thought they were going to be good because obviously you can pick on some very, very not so great players, the big fourth line players. And
right.
Like that.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, so we're going after the big name guys you thought were going to be outstanding this year, and Trick, surprise, kind of stink. Scott, I'm going to let you go first. Who do you got for your Trick Award this year?
Okay, so my winner for the Trick Award for this year is from the Tampa Bay Lightning, Nikita Kucherov.
Wow.
Nikita Kucherov, where are you?
Yes.
All right. He's got 3 goals, 7 assists, which for a third liner isn't bad.
Right.
But you know what? When you win the Hart Trophy and the Art Ross Trophy and you clean up at the awards last year, you got 10 points.
Yeah,
now?
You got to step it up a little bit.
Part of the problem why Tampa Bay's struggling out of the gates early.
Right.
But Nikita Kucherov's got to pick it up. There's no doubt about it. I think he will. But to have 10 points so far is a mild letdown for the Tampa Bay Lightning and their fans, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's part of a secret plan in Tampa Bay to not win the President's Trophy this year. That could that might be it. They're like, wait a minute, guys, hold on. We jumped way out of the gates last year. Look what happened.
Yeah, we don't want that again.
Let's just stink for about 6 weeks, okay? We'll catch up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But no, for the Lightning to start turning this around, I think once Kucherov starts picking it up, the rest of the team's going to start picking it up, and that's when you're going to see the Lightning start to come back. I do have an honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
And since you're wearing that costume,
is it Phil?
It's Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel.
I'll agree with that one.
The big, he got traded to the Coyotes. That's the next step for the Coyotes, the next piece. What has he got? 2 goals and 4 assists so far?
He's a piece, all right.
Oh, he's definitely a piece. I hate to pick on him like that because sometimes it does take time to get acclimated to your new teammates, your new home, and all that. But given that he's going to be getting all kinds of ice time, and he already is getting all kinds of ice time in the desert, Phil, you got to start producing a little bit more. That's for sure. So those are my 2 picks. Well, my pick and my honorable mention.
But the that's the honorable mention.
That's an honorable mention. That's
okay.
That's some ketchup on top of your hot dog for you. So
nicely played. So nicely played. Yo, who do you got for your Trick Award this year?
My Trick Award goes to Sebastian Aho from the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
Last season, Aho had a career season. He was a point-per-game player. He had 83 points in 82 games. He didn't miss a single game last season. So far this season, he's got 6 points in 11 games, 3 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah.
Carolina went through a nightmare trying to re-sign this kid in the offseason to the point where I'm pretty sure it was Montreal even offer-sheeted him.
Well, Montreal did the work for him.
Yeah, really. Montreal made sure he got signed in Carolina, really.
They do you a solid.
And I kind of swear a lot about this kid because I had him last season on my fantasy team, and he wasn't one of my keepers, but I was able to redraft him this year, hoping the fact that he would produce like he did last season. And so far, I've been nothing but disappointed.
Are you in last place?
I am not in last place, but I mean, I was just swearing to my brother-in-law about it last week. I'm like, Aho's got to start doing something.
Yeah,
it's just not doing anything. My honorable mention for this award goes to Shane Gostisbehere from the Philadelphia Flyers. 2 seasons ago, kid was lights out for a defenseman.
Right.
Great. Putting up tons of points, and just like a lot of the fans call him Ghost Bear, he has become nothing but a ghost on the ice.
We have a ghost award coming up. Maybe we should.
Trade rumors starting to circulate about Gostisbehere too.
Yeah. Well,
which you know what though, he might not be bad for somebody else. I mean, he's only making what, $4.5 million a year.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, I mean, Philadelphia is obviously going to go with Ivan Provorov as their number one defenseman. They brought in Justin Braun in the offseason, which was a very good move if you ask me. And now they got Matt Niskanen in there too to provide some veteran leadership. So I think maybe with a change of scenery, because you're right, he's been awful.
Yeah.
So, and he's never really been known to be a strong defensive defenseman. You know, his offense is his game.
He's supposed to be a scoring defenseman.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a little bit of a change of scenery for him might do him some good.
I think sharing the spotlight with Provorov is really what kind of diminished his numbers a little bit too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. I mean, like I just said, they brought in 2 new defensemen in the offseason anyway, so they kind of shook things up to begin with. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think Ghost Bear would be better off taking his act elsewhere.
Nice. Well, following right on the Trick Award, we're going to go with the Treat Award. We're so original.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Trick or Treat Award. Unbelievable. Where's my life? So the Treat Award, we give this to the player in the NHL that has been nothing but a treat to watch.
See what you did there.
Man, they just roll right off the tongue. They're there. They're just there. And so Yosh, I'll go with you first on this one. Who do you have for your Treat Award?
I gave it to David Pastrnak from the Bruins. Yep. That kid has just been lights out this season. I mean, he was lights out last season too. 81 points in only 66 games. He only played 66 games last season. He had 81 points. Wow. So far through this season, he's got 11 goals and 12 assists.
Actually, Pasternak's on mine too.
Yeah.
In his first 2 or 3 games, he did nothing.
No.
That's the amazing part.
In just 11 games, I mean, 23 points in 11 games, that's nuts. I mean, I couldn't see. I mean, he's gonna regress a little bit.
Sure.
But he's just been lights out. He had a 4-goal night versus Anaheim back on the 12th. He had 5 assists last night against the Rangers.
He's been on a tear. Absolutely.
It's just nuts. And he's a great great two-way player. He's not just shooting the puck and getting goals. He's getting a ton of assists too. Yeah. And I'm a Rangers fan, and it really hurts for me to nominate a Bruins for this award. But I had there was nobody else I could think of, really.
Well, let's be honest, that top line for Boston is just carrying them.
Oh, my God.
Because they're not getting anything from anybody else.
Marchand, too. Marchand and
Bergeron. I mean, those three.
Marchand had 2 goals and 4 assists last night, too.
You know, I was looking at Pasternak's his record here too. 2 game-winning goals. He's a +8 right now, also.
Yeah.
In 11 games, so that's not too bad at all, man. That's outstanding. Yeah, good stuff. Scott, who you got?
Well, you know, you could look at the league leaders as far as points go and all that. And you could look, McDavid and Draisaitl. McDavid and Draisaitl are supposed to be doing this stuff.
Yeah,
that's what they're paid to do, right? Yeah. My award, my Treat Award, goes to John Carlson, defenseman from the Washington Capitals.
Runner-up, John Carlson.
Hey, there you go. Hey,
he's tearing it up, man.
Look at this. We're thinking on the same wavelength as the hot dog. This is amazing.
We're all on the same page.
You guys are thinking like a hot dog.
That's right. Yeah. He's got 5 goals, 16 assists for 21 points. He's been amazing for the Capitals, really, on a team that's loaded with talent.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, when you're outproducing Ovi in the points category, yeah, really. I mean, so the guy's been driving the offense. He's been solid on defense. He's always been solid on defense, but this season he's really taken his game to the next level, which is kind of surprising too, because usually when a player gets paid, because don't forget he got that contract extension, that's usually the beginning of the end. You know, but not for John Carlson, man. He's actually stepped his game up to the next level.
Yeah.
So obviously a front runner for the Norris Trophy in the early going. I do have an honorable mention too. I hope you guys don't mind. I keep picking multiple players here, but it's hard when you got all these players to pick from.
Yeah.
All right. And I wanted to go with Tuukka Rask. I wanted to. But then I took a look at it. He's only played in half of Boston's games. Yeah. And I can't give it an award to somebody who's only played in half your games. Even though, I know goalies don't play in all the games.
Yep.
But
I know
my goalie pick is Darcy Kemper from the Arizona Coyotes. He's played in 7 of their 10 games. All right. He's got a 1.88 goals against average.
Yeah.
934 save percentage. I mean, this guy's been incredible. And if you think about it, he's been a career backup, right? Started off as in Minnesota, and then when Devin Dobrik came along, well, you're in the back seat, pal. Got traded to the Kings. He was a backseat caddy to Jonathan Quick.
Yep.
And then they traded him to Arizona. He was supposed to be in the backseat caddy to Antti Raanta, who just can't stay healthy. So now he's been given the chance to shine, and brother, has he ever shown.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why Arizona's contended for a playoff spot early. It's Darcy Kemper. It's certainly not Phil Kessel.
No. Who knew?
But you know what? I'll tell you, obviously, you and I are in the same fantasy league.
Yep.
And I had Kemper last year.
Yes.
And I made sure I have Kemper this year.
Yeah. And that's why you're winning the division.
Hey, man.
You know?
I don't get many things right. I'm getting destroyed in my fantasy football. Horrible.
Oh, let's not talk about fantasy football.
But hockey, I'm right there, man.
Yeah.
Doing all right. So
you're there, bro. You're there.
One of the leagues.
We'll just have to start talking about trades now.
Oh, trades.
Yeah.
I'm a trade machine.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So there you go. But I like your runner up there, man. That's solid. Kemper is.
Yeah, I mean, and he's flown under the radar too. I mean, that's, everybody thinks about Vasilevsky, they think about the Tuukka Rask of the world. Darcy Kemper, and granted, he's only got 4 wins.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's I think more of a byproduct of the team he's playing for.
Yeah.
He's holding them in it. I mean, there's the losses he's taking, he's just not getting any offensive support.
But nobody ever really considers Arizona. They're
teams. You know what? They'll be the team that sneaks in under the radar into.
Yep.
The word I'm thinking of spot there.
Yeah.
Well, and that West is wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be wide open all season long. I'm telling you right now.
Just like last season, the West is weak again.
And I'm trying to remember last year. I think they almost snuck in the wild card last year.
Yeah,
they were in the contention.
Word I was thinking of.
Yeah,
yeah.
For the last couple of weeks, and they kind of found the balloon, the air went out of the balloon a little bit on them, but.
So the third award. How many awards we got there? We got 8 awards. Wow, we got busy. The third award, we mentioned it before, the aforementioned Ghost Award. Now, the Ghost Award is one that we give out to the team that has completely disappeared this season, just like a ghost.
See? Look at that.
We're going with all these awards.
Team Casper.
Now, one of the what do I want to say, like, conditions of the Ghost Award is you can't really have sucked last year. You have to have disappeared from like been decent last year.
And just because you stayed on the bottom of the shoe doesn't qualify you for that.
Right. Like, no, you can't pick on Ottawa.
Right.
Come on. But, Scott, I'll let you go first. Who do you have this year for your Ghost Award?
This one was actually not that hard, and it's hands down the San Jose Sharks. Everybody was talking about them being a contender coming into the year because, they've been on a couple deep playoff runs. That the window's closing. I'm sorry. That, and honestly, that team's kind of a mess right now.
Yeah.
It really is. Everybody was like, oh my God, we got Erik Karlsson back. We re-signed him long term. We got Brent Burns. But you know what? That team got old in a hurry, didn't it?
Yeah.
They really don't have any young talent coming through that's going to come up and save them anyway. All right. Great. You re-signed Joe Thornton. That's awesome. He's 41.
Well, we said this last year, too. They kind of blew their wad on some of these big names.
Pretty much.
Karlsson especially.
And you know what? You know what the big problem was, too? They hitched their wagon to Martin Jones and net.
Yeah.
They got all these visions of grandeur in their heads after that Stanley Cup run or Stanley Cup Finals run against Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Martin Jones is not a number 1 in the NHL. I'm sorry.
He is not.
And they don't have anybody there to back him up to push him. Aaron Dell's going to push him? Come on.
Nope.
Or be able to take the net a little bit to get him so he gets his head together.
Yeah,
not going to happen. He's got an 890 save percentage now.
Yeah, it's bad.
The Sharks have 4 wins in 12 games. Not good.
They've got no cap room.
They don't have any cap room. They don't really have any draft picks either. They got 5 draft picks coming up for the 2020 draft. Yep. They've traded away everything.
Wow.
To try to keep that window open. And I don't know if you guys noticed this one last week. Logan Couture, their new captain. Did a very uncaptainy thing, if you ask my opinion. It was the game against, I forgot who it was they played. They lost. I think it was the Toronto game, actually. Timo Meier and Kevin Labanc, 2 of their younger players. Mm-hmm. They made a couple mistakes. They did. Okay, and the Sharks ended up losing. It happens, right? Logan Couture, who's their captain, decides to call them out by name in the press afterwards.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, call them out by name, say they got to play better if we're going to succeed, this and that. Hey, Logan, you're wearing the C now, buddy.
Yeah.
That belongs in the locker room. You want to call them out in the locker room? You want to say, hey, guys, you got to pick it up. Excuse me. You want to get your heads out of your butt, so to speak? That's fine. But you don't go in front of the cameras. You don't go to the reporters and say, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You don't do that.
Yeah.
So you know what? That's just going to create more locker room poison. And this team's going to be in trouble. I'd be very surprised if they make the playoffs at this point. I know it's early. I know we're not even to Halloween yet. But you can kind of start to see things on the wall here. And when your offense is running through your defense and your defense isn't producing your offense, guess what? Problems. Big problems.
You know, and it's funny when you say that about wearing the C. Typically when you see any captain go up there and talk, it's always like, we win as a team,
right?
And if there's a loss, it's on me.
Right.
That's how it always happens, man.
And sometimes, okay, it's kind of refreshing to see somebody say something else besides the same old tired lines.
Sure.
But in that situation, you do not call your teammates out by name in the press. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the team needs to step up a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Take
exactly.
a locker room and then have at it. But
they look slow, they look disoriented or disinterested, I should say. And I'm sure we'll do a show about hot stove or hot seats and all that coming up in the future. Expect to see Pete DeBoer on the hot seat, big time.
Yep,
big time.
Because I see a couple comments popping up here, and I have to reiterate that I'm wearing this hot dog costume Halloween party. I don't just normally dress like this. So it's like, do people really think like you should see these guys on this show, man? They come on, they're wearing like costumes, they dress like hot dogs. No, but anybody who's tuning in, definitely appreciate you stopping by and check us out for a little while. We got the show just started. We got a whole bunch left, and right now, as we've explained, we're doing our Halloween awards show where we're nominating players and teams from around the NHL, and we're handing out spooky sounding awards.
Ooh, spooky.
Yo, who did you have for your ghost?
I picked Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, after Winnipeg finished last season second in the Central Division. They were really just behind. I think they were 1 point down from being tied for first in the Central. So far this season, they're struggling to stay over 500.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of pieces in the offseason. Kevin Hayes, they couldn't hold on to him. They traded Trouba to the Rangers. They had a hard time re-signing Laine, which he had an awful season last season too, and he's doing better this season, but he's not up to the prowess he was 2 years ago.
Sure.
That's for sure. And then two, Byfuglien deciding that he was going to sit out till
whenever
he decides he wants to play hockey, if he decides to come back.
Right.
And the rumor mill, the Canadian media, the rumor mill is just flowing that he's coming back. Don't worry, he's coming back soon. He's coming back soon. He's coming back soon. When? Because if you listen to what he's saying, he doesn't even know if he wants to come back.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, he didn't know if he was going to retire or...
Right.
I don't know.
Probably the best defenseman they have on that team, and he doesn't even want to play for them.
Yeah.
Or play at all, really, anymore. Yeah. He's banged up. Guy was always a big hitter, fighter, but he put up points, too.
Sure.
I will say Josh Morrissey's doing a decent job, though.
Morrissey is doing good.
Let me ask you one question.
Bill Holono, the kid they drafted, has been all right, too. And as well as Neil Pionk, who came over from
the Rangers, yeah.
From the so
and that was in the Trouba trade.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, I know that like last year and 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. Connor Hellebuck had a great season.
Oh yeah.
He was outstanding.
And I think he's a big part of their problem.
And that's what
he's been average. He hasn't been horrible, but he's been average.
Not what we saw. Not what we expected from him.
Yeah, exactly.
His rookie season, because he was a letdown last
year. Oh
yeah,
so. No doubt.
Yeah.
So
yep.
That's very interesting. So
he was right in talks for Rookie of the Year in his first year.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Well, it could be.
But they won the Heritage Classic.
They did.
That was pretty neat. Did you guys see any of that?
I'd missed it. But
I caught the last 5 minutes of it and into the overtime because I had a game myself Saturday night. We played at 10:30.
Oh yeah.
So by the time I got home, it was just winding up. But it's still so cool because like in the American outdoor games, it's usually warmer.
Yep.
Right? But they're already like in midwinter where those players were Regina, Saskatchewan. As soon as I could spit it out here. So the goaltenders got the hats on and you could see everybody's breath. It was snowing.
I believe they call that a toque.
Yes. You're right. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right.
Toque. Scott, while we're talking about it, let's give your hockey league a little bump here. because that is something you do, as we're mentioning that you were playing hockey that
Right.
So you run the ball hockey.
Yep, we got the Mohawk Valley Hockey Club, which is ball hockey down here in the valley. We'd play adult hockey on Wednesday nights, 6:30 down at the Mohawk YMCA. And we got our youth hockey starting up. We're going to start that at the beginning of December. We do have sign-ups. We got 2 in the books already. We got 1 more coming this Sunday, November 3rd, at the Ilion Elks Club starting at 11 o'clock, which also happens to be our Brooks Chicken Barbecue that day.
There you go.
So for $11, you can come down and get a world-famous Brooks Chicken Barbecue. Cheap plug. And registration is also available anytime at www.mohawkvalleyhockeyclub.com.
Excellent. And for anybody who might be listening from outside the area, we are located in central New York, just outside of Utica, which, I mean, if you were to look at dead center of the state, that's where we are.
And since we're doing plugs real quick, I just want to give a shout-out to the Killebrew Saloon, who sponsors my ice hockey team on Saturday nights up in Clinton.
Yeah,
Thank you, Killebrew. We appreciate the sponsorship.
Great wings.
Oh, my God.
Great
Awesome.
wings.
You tried the everything wing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
I feel like I live right next door. There's a reason why I like this.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So.
I do have an honorable mention for the Ghost Award too.
Oh, okay.
And that goes to Dallas.
Dallas?
Oof.
Yeah. Another team that spent too much money re-signing a bunch of aging players.
And then did one of these numbers.
Yeah, done.
Let's move along here. We did our Ghost, so now we have our Goblin Award. Very scary Goblin Award.
Oh, yeah. Terrifying.
Now, the Goblin Award is given to the team that has been a scary monster so far this season and just kind of eating the competition alive.
Don't get in their way. Call Ghostbusters.
Call Ghostbusters. So let's go ahead and, Yosh, I'll have you start with who did you have for your Goblin Award?
I gave it to the Buffalo Sabres. I had to.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
After they finished 6th in their division last year. 6th in the Atlantic. 33, 39, and 10 was their record. Right now, they're 9-2-1 and have a plus 12 goal differential. Like, I just can't. Finally, I guess for if you're a Sabres fan, you're going, finally,
yes.
After 10 years of just rebuilding and nonsense, we have a good team. I really couldn't think of another team in the league that deserves it more than Buffalo at this point. But I mean, they also started last season hot and fell apart.
I was just going to ask you that. I was going to say,
they're doing it right though. In the offseason, they went and they built their defense up, which is key.
They did.
That is key.
So you think
they hung on to Ristolainen?
Keep this going then?
I think so. I think bringing in Colin Miller and Brandon Montour was a great idea, even though Montour's been battling injury problems and all that. I just really, 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 for their sake, hope that their goaltending holds up.
Yeah.
Because Carter Hutton did that whole disappearing act last year. And is Linus Ullmark really ready for prime time? So, great pick, though, Yosh.
He was great. I mean, we got to see Ullmark play a lot because he was playing with Rochester.
Sure.
So we got to see him play a lot here in Utica. And Ullmark is almost too good to be playing AHL hockey, but I don't think he's ready for the starting position yet.
Right.
Yet. He'll get there. He'll get there for sure, but I just don't think he's quite ready to be a starter in the NHL yet.
Needs a little time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The only thing with Buffalo is if they're still contending towards the trade deadline, they're right up against the cap.
Yeah.
But great pick, man.
Thank you.
Scott, who you have for your
my
2019 Goblin Award?
My Goblin Award. Snuck in as an 8th seed last year in the Western Conference, and now they're blowing the league away. This is Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this team is just rolling. I mean, after what was it, Friday night, they dismantled the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas, which everybody, oh my God, you can't beat the Golden Knights in Vegas.
You were
Colorado Avalanche said, "Hold my beer," and I was loving every second of it. That's right.
For those who don't know, Scott is anything but a
Vegas Golden Knights fan. Oh, good Lord! Yeah. But no, and you know they're plus 14 goal differential. And the thing about the Avalanche is, usually when you see teams that are just killing it like this, they're usually at the top of the league in like special teams categories.
Right.
They're doing all right. They're 7th on the power play, 11th on the PK.
Yeah.
But they're, you would expect them to be like top 3, right? No, they're not. But they're deep. These young defensemen are really proven that they're ready.
Cale Makar.
I mean, wait till Bowen Bryant's ready. And, they got a ton of cap space coming up. A lot of their young players are already signed up to good manageable long-term deals. Now, what might happen here, Mikko Rantanen went down with a leg injury.
Right.
The dreaded lower body injury. That's for you, Jamie. And he's considered week to week at this point. So hopefully for the Avalanche, he doesn't miss too much time. So they're going to have to do a little reshuffle. Mm-hmm. But it looks like moving Tyson Barrie for, in effect, Nazem Kadri was the smartest thing they could have done.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they got that depth at center that they've been lacking for a couple of years to play behind Nathan MacKinnon. So maybe MacKinnon can get a little bit of a break. Kadri can pick up the slack a little bit.
You know, and I was thinking about when you said they snuck in last year at that number 8 spot. They went on a little bit of a tear.
They did.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
Right at the
well,
end,
they doused the Flames.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. Yeah.
But I mean, I want to say it was like that.
They really should beat the Sharks.
Crushed it.
Oh, yeah.
So
and a lot of that I think has to do with Philip Grubauer.
Oh yeah.
They finally gave him the reins as the starter.
Yep.
And he just killed it all the way through.
Yeah.
Probably the worst thing the Caps could have done was not have tried to lock him up long term because he was going to go someplace and he was going to be successful, and now he's the starter in Colorado.
Right.
And I have him on my fantasy team, and it makes me really happy.
The only thing the Avalanche are missing right now, other than Rantanen being out, is I think they're going to have to make a trade at some point to get a backup for Grubauer.
Yeah,
Francouz, I don't think is going to be the answer, to be honest with you.
No.
I mean, he got smoked by Anna. As I say, how great the Avalanche are doing. They blew out the Golden Knights in Vegas. Mm-hmm. They went home the next night and got smoked by the Ducks. So, But overall, this team's been out of control as far as that goes. But expect to see them make a trade to get another goaltender in there. I don't think Grubauer needs to be pushed, but I think he's going to need some rest coming up.
Yeah.
And
I'd also like to say, too, sorry to
you're good,
you, though, but the young defenseman they just picked up, Cale Makar.
Oh, my God.
That kid. Oh, my God. I think he's got 8 assists in 11 games. It's his first year in the NHL.
Yeah.
The kid's been just nuts. I also have him on my fantasy.
Well, look what
he was a late pickup.
Yeah. Look what he did when he came in for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here he's just coming out of college, and he jumps right into the playoffs and lights it up.
Yeah.
Hardest time of the year. Boom. Didn't matter to him.
Nope. No.
You know what's funny? I got to do something real quick. As I'm talking to you guys, there's like this little hair off of this damn outfit that just keeps dangling in there.
You got some hairs on your hot dog?
Are you past your expiration date, Rich? Are you really?
Not that kind of a show. One show back, Yosh. What are you doing? Oh, dear.
And I do just want to give a quick honorable mention to the Edmonton Oilers, too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, hey, Dave Tippett's got him playing with some structure and some confidence.
Listen, I'm surprised.
That's what that team's been missing.
I'm surprised that nobody gave a little bit of a tip of the hat to Washington either. No mention on Washington?
I'm not a Caps fan.
It's not that I don't want to give them credit, but they're doing what they're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah,
right.
That's what you expect this from Washington.
Okay.
That's what you expect.
A team that consistently finishes here should be staying
there.
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you what, though, speaking of Washington,
accept that.
You know, we were talking about goaltending and all that. Ilya Samsonov is going to be pushing Braden Holtby.
Oh, yeah.
He may push him right out the door pretty soon.
God, I wish Jamie was here for this conversation.
I'm telling you, that kid's the real deal. I think they're going to let Holtby walk in the offseason because he becomes a UFA, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
In the offseason?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now.
I just can't see Holtby being a starter anymore. He's not consistent. Just like
he needs to be in a 1A 1B situation, kind of like what the Islanders have with Varlamov and Grice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what he needs.
Because he gets very streaky.
Yeah, he does.
You know, and like towards the end of this, was it last season or 2 seasons ago? I mean, when everybody thought he was dead.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, boom.
Well, he was benched for the first 2 games of the Columbus series 2 years ago, if you remember that.
Yeah. Yes, and then
all of a sudden he wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't know. I don't know if they should give up on him yet, but
not. No, they're not going to give up on him this season.
Yeah,
they're going to end up letting him walk because they're going to have cap issues because they're going to have to re-sign Backstrom.
Gotcha.
So,
our 5th award of the day is the Frankenstein Award. Of course it is, right? Of course it's the Frankenstein Award. Now, this is a little bit different. This is given to the team that's back from the dead. From last season, back from the dead from last season, just like Frankenstein, who was cobbed together using different parts. Somehow, this team used the draft or free agency to piece together a winner that is a force to be reckoned with, just like Frankenstein.
Abby something.
Abby Norman. Hey, you know how long it took us to come up with this damn That took a while, man. We got done with that, and we're like, wow, that's freaking creative. Yeah. So, Scott, you're first. No, Yosh, you're first?
No, I think Scott's first on this one. Yeah.
You're first.
All right, I'll go.
Your Frankenstein.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mentioned him in our first show. I told you guys to watch out for him in the Western Conference. He could very well sneak into a playoff spot, and I'm still believing it. And I got to tell you, I think I'm going to be on this train for the rest of the season. It's the Vancouver Canucks.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
Vancouver.
one.
And that's not just because I'm trying to, because we got the hometown comments here.
Trying to impress the locals.
Okay?
Yeah.
No, it's not that. They got a great combination there right now. I mean, I already gave Jim Benning, their GM, a lot of crap when he paid too much for Beagle. He paid Antoine Roussel. That was kind of a mistake. But Beagle's been awesome for him in the bottom six. And you know what? That young top six is all of a sudden starting to gel together.
Yeah.
Elias Pettersson is the real deal.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Brock Besser's back.
Yep.
Okay, getting JT Miller. I mean, I still don't know if I'd have given up a first-round pick for him. But, man, he has blossomed for them in that top six. Okay? You got Bo Horvat, their new captain. He's living up to the pressure and the whole entitlement of being the captain. Mm-hmm. Not to mention their D looks really good. Quinn Hughes. This kid's exciting to watch. Alex Edler has been playing great. But the biggest thing for the Canucks right now is their goaltending. Two former Utica Comets standouts, Jacob Markstrom, who's been unbelievable this year so far. Mm-hmm. Another guy who's going to be playing for a contract, by the way. Yep. And his understudy, our very own Thatcher Demko, has been even better when he's gotten a chance to play. He's played 3 games. He's 2-1 in the one game that he lost. It was a 1-0 game.
And you're right. We got a chance to see both those guys. Around here.
It was great.
Vancouver is not going to have to worry about goaltending for time.
No, they're not.
The two guys they have in Utica now, Michael DiPietro and
Richard Bachman.
He's been hurt. And McIntyre.
McIntyre, right.
All 3 of those guys are excellent goaltenders that are just waiting for their chance to play up in Vancouver.
Wasn't Demko was on the All-Star?
Yeah, Demko was on the All-Star team
last year?
2 years
ago.
And it's weird for me because everybody knows I'm a Kings fan. Mm-hmm. So they're right in our division. So it's really hard for me to say, "Oh man, this is really cool." But it's weird when you see them play.
Yeah.
Because we get to go to a lot of their games. It's like you can't help but root for these guys. And all of a sudden you see them like on your favorite NHL team's mortal enemy. And it's like, well, it's still cool. So plus the Kings stink this year anyway, so we know they're not going anywhere.
It's easier.
It kind of takes the sting away a little bit.
Right on. And of course, just so we can bump them, our good old Utica Comets here, right here in Utica, New York.
That's right.
Good
That's right.
Stuff,
Let's go Comets.
So, Yosh, who do you got for your Frankenstein Award, your 2019 Frankenstein Award?
I mean, not to mention them again, but I did give it to the Sabres.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't say enough good about them the last time. Just the teams, they're playing well. They really are. And my brother-in-law is a big Sabres fan, unless the Caps, are doing better than the Sabres. Then all of a sudden he's a Caps fan. But yeah, I couldn't give it to anybody else other than the Sabres. They finally have pieced together what seems to be a team that's going to work.
Sure. And that is exactly the word for that, pieced it together.
Yeah. At least until Christmas break, and then after that, they'll probably fall apart. But
we're hoping it's not that way.
No, I really don't, because I gotta have one exciting New York team to watch. Because the Rangers are not exciting to watch this year.
What about the Islanders?
I can't. I can't.
Well, because and the reason I say that is because it's gut wrenching for me to say this as an honorable mention is the Anaheim Ducks. They got 14 points.
They're not being a Kings fan.
The thing is, not only are they like the LA rival, they were brought in by Disney. How do you take a team that was brought in by Disney seriously? You can't. Not me, anyway.
I thought they were bringing back
that was last year during their 25th anniversary celebration. They wore like a different jersey every night. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I thought they were going to keep that logo. I actually like that old logo.
The original logo, yeah.
Might as well, because what do they got now? It's some footprint or something, right? It's supposed to be shaped like a D, and it's...
Is that a footprint?
I think because a duck, right?
Yeah.
Got webbed feet. If you look at that abomination that they got, whatever that logo is supposed to be...
I've never actually put that together. Is that a footprint?
What else could it be?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe some designer got drunk and submitted and said, "Here you go." Yeah.
Some abomination.
It's terrible.
And I did have an honorable mention on that too, being the Vancouver Canucks.
Okay. Yep.
And really the Comets too, just what they were able to pull together for guys, veterans on AHL contracts.
Sure.
I mean, it's tough right now because of the veteran rule in the AHL, and they have so many veterans on the team.
Right.
But it's because you can only dress 4 a night, I think.
4. Yep.
4. You can only have 4 veterans dressed a night. So you got to kind of pick and choose which guys you want to have on the ice. But they're, I mean, even just the Comets. The Comets have been, like we said earlier,
former Comets mainstay Alex Biega traded.
Yeah, Biega.
Now he's getting a shot up in the NHL. So,
well, I have a feeling Vancouver was trying to free up some cap space when they sent those 3 down, and I don't think Biega was the one they wanted to trade. I think, honestly, they wanted to get rid of Baertschi because his contract is just ridiculous.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I got to tell you, our next award, right? We got both your monsters.
Yeah.
Or your Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
So the next award is the fun one. I think this is going to be a fun one. And that is our Dracula Award. The Dracula Award.
Boy.
And this is given out to the player that for one reason or another has managed to absolutely suck the life out of your team, or out of their team, I should say. And I guess if you guys want to, we can certainly gear this towards fantasy football.
Hockey. Fantasy football?
I mean, we could talk about fantasy football, but I'll be lost.
Fantasy hockey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the player that has absolutely sucked the life out of their team.
Out of my team? Can I do it out of my fantasy team?
If you want to do it out of fantasy team, we could do it.
There's three.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Sebastian Aho, who I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
Phil Kessel, who is going to get dropped. Aho, I can't drop. We play on ESPN, and my commissioner, there's the word, he does the can't drop list.
Yep.
And Aho's on the can't drop list.
Wait, so you had Kessel and Aho? Is that what you said?
I have Kessel and Aho.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like some sort of like songwriting duo from the 70s.
I have
Kessel and Aho.
And I have Erik Karlsson.
They heard a very side song.
Who was a keeper. Why I kept Karlsson, I think it's just out of a nasty habit at this point. But
right on. So out of those 3,
so
who's going to be your
my top pick is going to be Phil. Okay. It's got to be Kessel because I mean he's done absolutely nothing. I mean he gets hits. We're a banger league, so I get some hits from him and blocks and stuff like that. But just start scoring. Maybe the hot dogs aren't as good in Arizona as they are in Pittsburgh.
A lot of the food out west not really
not the same.
So maybe the hot dogs just not jiving them or something.
Maybe they boil them, not grill them.
Bread them or something.
Maybe they'll just switch over to nachos or something.
Yeah, really.
True.
Yeah.
Who do you have for your Dracula?
Well, I got a few there too. That's you can't just give one Dracula.
No.
You got to spread the blame, right?
Yes.
So my top pick is Jamie Benn from the Dallas Stars. Yeah. I mean, that whole team's been a disaster this year.
Yeah.
But he's the captain. He's the straw that stirs the drink, right? And he's got 1 goal and 4 assists.
Yeah, they had him rated way too high.
Yeah.
At draft time this year.
Yeah. I mean, what's he going like 3rd rounds and all that?
Yeah.
And the league that we play in, too, that's a hits league, too, so he does provide those. But other than that, you're dependent on him for scoring, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to be doing. And you know what? He wasn't that good last year. He had that, 6-week stretch where he was really hot, but the rest of the year was average at best.
That's true. It was that one spurt in the middle.
It was like, Jamie Benn's back. And Jamie Benn's gone.
Not so much. So for a cup of coffee, and now he's gone again.
Exactly.
I didn't think about that. That's true.
And for a team that came into this season with such high expectations, when your big guns aren't going, and Jamie Benn is one of your big guns, and the guy that's supposed to be driving all this, sorry, buddy, you're getting a Dracula Award.
Yeah.
Got to step it up.
All right. There's a couple other ones, too, and I hate to pick on him because I love the guy. Jonathan Quick from the LA Kings.
He's been bad.
Man. I mean, I understand the whole team's around him has been terrible. Mm-hmm. I get it. But, buddy, come on. He's got to make some saves, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe maybe he's tired of the losing. I don't know. It could be he's a very competitive guy, so maybe he's just down, the whole mental thing.
Well, he was starting to look good in preseason.
Yeah, you know what? He did. And then all of a sudden the regular season started, and he just got shellacked for the start. And then he played one good game, and then it was right back to this whole just stink up the joint, And I don't know what the answer is going to be with him. I know, LA wants to try to trade him because they got Jack Campbell backing him up, and then they got Cal Peterson, who's the goalie of the future. We saw him at the AHL All-Star game in Utica last year, and the guy is lights out. The problem is, Quick's got 3 or 4 years left on his contract at $5.8 million, and he's going to be 34 years old.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough contract to move. The Kings may have to eat either some of the salary or give up a prospect to sweeten the deal.
Yeah,
and like I said, I hate to pick on the guy because and he's a Kings legend.
Yeah,
but sometimes you got to move along. That's it. And just one more. We've already mentioned him, but I think it deserves to be mentioned again. Dustin Byfuglien.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? And I'm not going to try to get too crass here, but
that one too.
Crap or get off the pot. Make up your mind.
Well, and that he's.
I mean, you know what? It's not fair to his team.
No, he's hurting his team by being a baby about
you either
what he wants to do.
I'm back in and I'm back in 100%, or you know what, guys, I'm done.
So what do they What do they have him officially listed as?
Suspended.
It's a suspension.
Yeah.
Wow.
So even if you have him on your fantasy team, you can't put him in the IR.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's weird.
And the hopes that he might come back this season. I don't know. That'd be like what he's doing is like if I went to one of the bands and said, "Well, yeah, I'll play,
right,
but I'll just do every other show."
Right.
But you know what I wonder?
Hold them hostage.
Yeah, he's holding the Jets hostage. Like just crap or get off the pot, man. Right. Really.
I wonder if the Jets are maybe quietly trying to shop him. Say, would it help if we traded you? I mean, anything they could get for him at this point. I'm sure they would prefer to trade him out of the conference.
Right.
Send him someplace east. But I mean, at this point, I think the Jets have got to get to a point. I mean, they're trying to be nice and respectful and all that. I get that, but I think they got to turn around and say, finally, okay, November 1st, let us know.
Right. Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous. Honestly.
And I say this because he's thousands of miles away from we are, and he couldn't run into me in the street and beat the ever crap out of me. I want to say that.
Yeah,
Byfuglien, you're a good guy, but
he is too.
Decide now if you're going to play hockey or not.
And that's the thing. He's been such a solid player and a solid teammate for his entire career, and now this, it's like, man,
kind of.
I mean, maybe there's something more going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Right.
Maybe, and if there is, I apologize. But the optic of it right now is
just
terrible.
looks selfish.
You don't have to apologize. Like he said, he's hundreds of thousands of miles away.
Yeah, but my luck, you don't forget though, he's not playing, so you never know. He might decide to vacation here or something.
Utica's a hockey town. I'll go there and see the Cowboys play.
There's that guy.
There's that guy.
He's at the door. Hey, so we got a message from our buddy Travis here, and Travis said, "Yoshi, you're back. Thank God, because his back was getting sore carrying Scott along."
Yeah. Well. Hey, Travis, when are you going to be making us lunch and dropping it off down here?
Yeah, really.
Buddy?
I could go
you put this stuff on Facebook all the time. Looks great.
Yeah, the mozzarella. Did he?
You're not going to share the wealth? Come on, man.
He showed me the mozzarella that he was making. Of course, he didn't bring them down.
No.
Thanks, Scott.
No.
Or thanks, Travis.
Jeez.
Let's see. So we got 2 more awards before our crazy award show's done. And as we said last year, before we put away the punch and sent all our guests away. So the award number 7 is the Haunted House Award. This should be an easy one. This is given to the arena that every team fears coming and playing at, the scariest arena.
Ooh.
Very. So, who wants to go first on that one?
I'll go first.
All right, what you got?
I'll go with what there was a poll of, I think it was 51 or 61 NHL players, and the most selected arena, 15 out of the 50 or so players, they picked Bridgestone Arena in Nashville,
really?
Tennessee. I guess the fans there are just hungry. I mean, it's tough.
Hungry?
Physically hungry.
They just want to eat.
They're just crazy, man. I guess it's like going to Utica.
Yeah.
I mean, you get in there, and it's, especially playoff time, if you've ever been to a playoff game at the Odd, it's constant
insane
loud noise. And that's what they said about Nashville. The atmosphere in there is just
they're destroying cars outside the arena before the games.
Yeah. Yeah,
everybody take the hammer and get a whack.
It's almost like Vancouver Light. I mean, you win, it's a riot. You lose, it's a riot.
Yeah. Scott, who you got?
That's a great pick. That really is. And I saw you put it on our production page. I'm like, I can't pick the same thing for that. So little under the radar because nobody quite hears about it.
Mm-hmm.
They say Montreal is nuts.
Yeah.
Especially when the Habs are actually winning. Because the Bell Center actually has the highest capacity for any arena in the NHL.
In the league. I was actually looking that up the other night.
Yeah, they can get 23,500 in there.
Really?
Something like that. And they say the way the arena is built,
Yeah.
it's so big, but they're right on top of you like this. So when they're winning and things are going good,
the noise must just.
Well, not only that, most of them are probably screaming at you in French, so you got no idea what they're saying. I mean, they could be giving you death threats for all you know.
Stop yelling at me! I can't understand you.
What's that mean? And I'll give an honorable mention because I've been to a few games there, and it's a great place to go see a game. Buffalo,
yeah.
You want to talk about a town that supports that team through thick and thin, no matter what. And the same thing with the Bills.
Yeah.
That place rock and rolls no matter what. I've been there for a few Kings games. Of course, it helps that the Sabres always beat the Kings. Imagine that, right? But when they're rolling, loud.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a town that really deserves a winner because of the way they support that team. Like I said, through thick and thin.
Yeah, they're always right on.
KeyBank Center is a tough place to go. It is.
I think Buffalo fans for any sport have always been like.
I think so. I really do. You got to feel for them for all the suffering they've done through all the heartbreaks with the Bills and the Sabres even.
Absolutely.
At some point they got to get a winner. Come on, sports gods, whatever.
Come on, karma. Come on.
I'm not a Bills fan or a Sabres fan, but geez, give these guys a break, will you?
Well, something else that I was looking at in Buffalo, 5-0 at home right now. So that's pretty good. One last award, guys. One last award, and it's going to be great because we got like 4 minutes left of the show. So it works out perfect. It's almost like we planned that. And that is our Black Cat Award. And the Black Cat Award goes to the team that just has absolutely no luck. For one reason or another, this team just can't get out of their own friggin' way. So, and I'm trying to think who it was last year. Who did we give it to last year? That was.
Wow. That's a long time ago, man.
Was it New Jersey last year? No,
it wasn't. We'll have to go back and check.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. You should absolutely, if anybody's out there and wants to see some of the episodes of the old show, go to mygaragebar.com. That's mygaragebar.com. You go on to our shows link, and if you look up the archives, you'll see a bunch of the shows that we did. And God, I can't remember who that was, but they had a ton of.
That's going to drive me nuts now.
Yeah.
That really is.
Injuries. Anyways, who do you have for your Black Cat Award for the unluckiest team?
Well, I think, like I said, going off the production page, Yosh and I are probably going to agree on this one with the Devils.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll let him get to the Devils. I got two of them, of course. And you're probably not going to like this. The Rangers. The Rangers. And just because it's a Rangers thing, they came in with so much hype. Everybody just pumped up, especially Kaapo Kakko. Oh my God, let's see, some of the comparisons I heard for him. He is a combination of Crosby, Ovechkin, and Jagr.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah, it's like a blender.
Yeah,
they put all the best attributes and put
every best player. Let's just throw Gretz in there.
Mostly it's the next coming of Jaromir Jagr and all that.
Yeah,
I get this kid's going to be good. But don't you think maybe you're pumping up the balloon a little bit too much on an 18-year-old who's been unproven?
Yeah,
I get it. He did great in the Finnish league against the elite Finnish league or whatever. He did this against men in Finland. Great. But playing against men in Finland is a lot different than playing against men in the NHL, which is the best league in the world.
You get a different rink size anyway.
Exactly.
Just getting used to the North American ice.
Exactly. I'm not disagreeing with anybody that says this kid's not going to be good. He's going to be. There's no doubt.
But you got to give him
some. But don't expect him to come into the league. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. How many people were saying, he's going to score 30 goals right off the bat? Oh, yeah. Especially after that goal he scored in the Traverse City rookie tournament.
Yeah.
Everybody went ballistic about that. It's like, but that's 18-year-olds. Well, that's a bunch of rookies. I mean, come on.
He scored like one goal. I think
he's got 2 assists. One goal and 2 assists.
One goal and 2 assists.
Last week, and the minute he scored, everybody was like,
there it is. There it is.
They're back.
Exactly. Just give this kid some time. And actually, to be perfectly honest with you, and I am sure that this is the minority opinion, if the Rangers continue to spiral down, they might almost be better served sending him down to Hartford for a little while.
And he said
let him get his game.
And he said he would play in Hartford, too.
Exactly.
He has no interest in going
Let
back.
him get his game together a little bit. Get used to the smaller rinks, like you said.
Finnish league. He said if he gets sent to Hartford, he will play in Hartford.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what?
Taylor Kravtsov's, who is going
now in the KHL.
Yeah.
And you know what? Zibanejad got hurt last night, didn't he?
I didn't watch the game.
Yeah, they were talking about x-rays for him today. So
Hey.
if he's going to miss significant time, too, we don't know that for sure, so I'm not starting rumors.
Jamie, where's Jamie?
Haven't heard anything yet.
We need the
But
doctor.
if he does wind up missing time, I think that's going to kind of stunt his growth a little bit, too.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. So New Jersey. Yosh, who do you have for your Black Cat Award?
I have two as well. My first and foremost would be the Devils, because much like the Rangers, when they got the first pick of Jack Hughes, they were hyped up to be, this is gonna bring the cup back to New Jersey this year. This is gonna be it.
Yep.
Taylor Hall and Jack Hughes and where are they sitting right now?
Dead last. Yeah.
I think they're 4-1. I think is where they're sitting right now. And then the Blackhawks, which you look back 5 years ago to a team that was winning the Stanley Cup every other year to now also sitting in dead last. Disappointing. I don't know.
You know, Travis says that it was St. Louis that we picked for last year's Black Cat.
hey,
They did have a rough start.
yeah, they were last place on January 1st.
Yeah.
Did we really pick them? And then, of course, they turned around.
See?
There you go. First.
There is hope after all.
Yeah, so I guess New Jersey, hey, man, you're right in this thing.
Don't give up hope.
Start playing Gloria at all times.
You know, and I'm going to give an honorable mention on that Black Cat to my Penguins because, my God, can they stay healthy for 5 minutes?
Yeah, but they're hot.
They're hot, but I mean, holy Christ. I was just looking at the names. I mean, Malkin was out. It's still out, I should say.
Malkin's still out.
Dumoulin's now out. I think Aston Reese just came back.
Yeah.
Russ just came back. I mean,
I'm telling you, we talked about this before. They should try to find a way to trade Malkin. I'm telling you. I've been saying this for a couple of years.
He's got 2 games in him right now. He played that first game, and then it was like the first period of that second game and hurt. I was like, oh, my God, what do you got to do with this guy to keep him on the ice? It's crazy. Anyways, so there it is. There's our great big second annual Halloween awards show party. And, that's in the books, you guys. We really should get awards and send them out to these guys.
Oh, yeah.
They'll get them in the mail and be like, what the hell is this?
What is this? Just don't send one to Buffalo.
I was going to say, the return address will be on there. Don't do that.
Buffalo, what did we say? He won the... what was it?
It was Dracula.
Dracula Award, yeah.
Give it for sucking the life out of the team. Congratulations, Big Buff. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'm headed to Utica. To bust your asses.
I got some time to kill.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we are absolutely out of time. I do want to apologize because everybody was asking us last week what happened to the show. And, man, it was like all pucked up. The whole cast was just sick. And you said your daughter had pneumonia.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just not the best time. But
no.
It is a weekly show, though. We did want to point that out. Disregard last week. That was something totally different. We will be back at you guys next week, next Monday
at noon.
And chime in. Let us know how you like the show. Let us know if there's anything you guys want us to talk about. I mean, there's plenty of teams out there. We can
That's right.
dissect them all.
Absolutely.
Not a problem. So, was there any big games coming up that you guys want to talk about for the week?
We didn't. It's actually kind of a light schedule, to be honest with you, with the NHL. So,
well, we'll put it away for this week, and we'll be back at it next week.
Yeah.
I won't be wearing the hot dog yet, or the next week. I know everybody's going to be very.
I think you really.
This is a weekly thing. I got to work today at 3, so maybe I'll just head into work like this. And
hey, there you go.
maybe they'll send me home. Win. So, anyways, that's going to do it for us. So I'm Rich Masucci, and for Scott and for Yoshi, thank you for tuning in. We will check you guys out later, and enjoy the games. Talk to y'all soon.
Happy Halloween.
Cheers.
So you just bought. Likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back? Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at NyeVWofRome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.